Welcome to Regular Girls. I'm Stacey, everyone. I just wanted to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Chatbooks. Chatbooks is this incredible app that automatically creates photo books from your Instagram, Facebook, or camera roll. Because if you're anything like me, you just have thousands of photos on your iPhone that you are never going to do anything with. And Chatbooks changes that. You get 60 pages for only $8, and you get free shipping in the US. Plus, there is an option, guys, where every 60 photos you post, Chatbooks will automatically print you a book. It's incredible. I just made one for Vic and Berger, and I am now very obsessed because, did I mention 60 pages, $8. You can also get custom books available in 6x6 or 8x8 size, and they say love it or get your money back, which, guess what? I love it, and I'm not giving my book back. All right? Try me. So you can get your first series book free with our promo code GIRLS. You can also go to chatbooks.com/podcast and use our promo GIRLS. If you do, please let us know. I want to know about the books you're making because I'm a creep. Anyways, enjoy the rest of the episode, and thank you, Chatbooks. Yeah.
Bling blow.
I don't have my mic stand today. I'm holding it. I feel like Maury Povich or something.
I was wondering what was going on that was different, and that's what it is. You don't have a mic stand. You're just holding your... Yeah, you're like me.
Welcome to Regular Girls. It's a free ball Thursday, you guys. It's just happening.
Just grab a hold of that microphone, talk right into it, and let everybody know what the hell is up.
I don't know how you hold a mic just as a profession, because I'm already like, what do I do with my hands? And also, I just want to eat the mic. It's like in my mouth.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. I mean, you get kind of used to it. It's like an extension of your body. But one time, earlier on in my career, one of my bosses, who's not my boss anymore, pulled me aside and told me that I held a microphone like a dick. That was a real conversation that an older man had with me. And I was like, ew. Really? It was the weirdest thing. I was like, okay, now you're nitpicking. You're looking for something to say. I'm just holding a microphone. Like, I'm not cupping its balls. What are you talking about?
Holding a dick. I don't quite understand. Right?
I know. I didn't either. I was like, sorry, sir, if my microphone technique is throwing you off, but maybe you're the pervert.
Oh, an absolute pervert. That's why I won't eat bananas in public. I won't. My life is no...
Yeah, they go hand in hand. You give too many people the visual, and people take that visual and they run with it.
Oh, yeah. Like, I was once having a banana at a Starbucks, and some guy was like, good breakfast. I was like, never again.
Ew.
Good. Never again. Never again, sir. Not happening.
Too phallic. It's too phallic looking. You can't do it.
That reminds me of that time. I don't know if I said this on the podcast, but when I was auditioning for the big theater Ontario auditions in Canada, where all theater students go and like do 2 monologues, and I was practicing in front of like 80 people, and my teacher came up to me to tell me, my male teacher, because I had a massive camel toe and I needed new pants.
You did tell me that. But you know what? Kudos to him for telling you, because I don't want to go through life with a camel toe. And I mean, it's coming from an unfortunate source.
Well, my thing is,
somebody else should have given you the Iggy on that and said, yo, we can see your vagine.
Well, here's the thing. He was like, I don't want to tell you this. I haven't noticed this. It's the female teachers. But again, my thing is...
Why didn't one of the female teachers come just like give you the knuckle bump and go, sister?
They hate me. They hated me. They hated me. Yeah.
Hey, how's Canada? What's going on over
yes,
there?
I have successfully moved to Canada. Let me tell you, I had a full plan of... First of all, Canada's great. I was walking down in Toronto today. Let me tell you, smile beaming, listening to Tragically Hip, literally couldn't get more.
My gosh.
I know. Well, you're going to be there soon, and if you're busy, too bad. I will force you to drink with me at one point while you're there.
Great. Yeah, perfect. I'm there. I leave tonight, but I'm going to Halifax first.
Yeah, I'm excited for you.
I'm very excited. I was actually, just because you're saying that you were walking around listening to Tragically Hip, so on Fridays on my Instagram, I will play one of my vinyls.
I've been following. This isn't new to me. I've been following. I saw the Beach Boys. It was nice.
Yeah, I did the Beach Boys. I kind of go case by case, and like it depends if there's like if I feel like there's a certain theme, or I just got a new vinyl.
Right.
So because I'm leaving to go to Canada, I'm going to be there. I'm going to hit 2 Fridays in Canada. So spoiler alert, I've got some Neil Young on deck and some Anne Murray.
Ooh, girl.
Yeah, I had to pre-record them because I didn't want to miss out on my Vinyl Friday. But also yesterday I got home and had a box from Amazon. I was like, what is this?
Right.
And I drunkenly ordered a different album that I forgot that I ordered. What a nice gift to myself.
That's fun. I look forward to that.
Yeah, it was a really nice gift.
Oh, no, that's great.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Toronto's so nice. Everyone's so kind. They say they miss you and they can't wait to see you. But
I can't wait.
I'm not even there now. I'm staying with my parents. I'm currently sitting on a bed that I think was made for a nun to sleep on. It's so small and tiny.
Why did we not have like your mom on the show?
Oh, yeah. My mom is watching a horror movie right now, she said. And I thought that was the grossest thing I've ever heard.
My mom does that too. Anytime my mom, like if I'm ever with her, she's like, let's find the scariest movie, which I actually enjoy because John hates scary movies.
Me too.
And I do really like them, but I love them. But I don't want to watch them by myself because I will obviously be afraid and shit my pants.
But also I was just like, it's the afternoon.
Yeah, doing it in the afternoon's weird.
So yeah, but we might if she's around next week, we might get Debbie on the old
that would
pod.
be great.
Oh yeah, she'll have thoughts.
I would love that. I want to hear Debbie's wild thoughts.
Oh my God. Well, listen.
When I'm with you, all I get is wild thoughts.
Ooh, I'm liking these songs.
Rihanna.
I was driving home this week. I was in the car at one point for 15 hours. 15 hours.
Okay. I need a rundown of like,
Yes.
okay, what cities did you stop in?
I'll tell
Give me
you.
that first. What cities did you stop in?
Okay, so here's the thing. I prefaced this entire trip by being like, Brenda and I are going to podcast the whole time. You'll get podcasts. Like, we'll record when we get to the hotel. It'll be funny, whatever. Okay, Didn't happen because the first day was over 11 hours. And we stopped in, oh my God, what was the first stop? It was past Vegas. I'll have to get Brendan to tell me.
I saw you did something in like Colorado. There's no way you got all the way to Colorado the first day.
No, Colorado was the second day, but the first day we stopped, and the woman goes, we show up at the hotel at 1:30 in the morning. We had been driving all day, almost 12 hours. And she goes, I canceled your appointment.
These motherfuckers. That happens all the time. Why not give a courtesy call?
Yeah.
Why not wait to check in?
Yeah.
Did you end up getting your room or what'd they do?
We had to beg for the room, and she locked us in it because we wouldn't get a hotel key.
No.
And I said to her, I was like, bloodshot eyes. I was like, hi, I'm just trying to understand why you would do that. She's like, well, I wanted to finish my night. Like, no apology, just like, I don't care. And I was like, okay. And I'm like, do you do this all the time? She's like, yeah. I go, do you have the same result like me right now? She's like, yeah. Like, did not care about me at all.
Oh my God. I've definitely come across that in my journeys of staying in hotels. And as soon as they start to wind down at the end of the night, sometimes, usually they'll still end up checking you in and be reasonable.
Right.
But otherwise, they've made you like wait in the lobby while they finish closing out for their night and like won't give you the room. It's like, if you're a real professional hotel, you should already have the key taken care of for the person.
Absolutely.
In case that they show up.
Of course.
And 1:30 is not that late.
No, and also,
it is, but like,
well, listen,
come on.
I'm not like in the middle of a city where I'm like, it's a truck stop. Like, it's an off the road hotel. It's like, where do you think people are going? Like, why do you think I'm here to see the Esso station? Like, no, I'm not. What the hell?
No.
And so she lets me in. We were pissed about it. But the next day we went to Colorado, which was stunning. Like, we were in
so
Utah.
pretty?
The first stop was in Utah. Then we went to Colorado. I've never been. It was incredible. I wanted to live in Denver. Like,
Denver's awesome. Denver's such a cool city.
oh, it was so cool. And like, we stopped in like a Whole Foods for lunch, but like people were so nice in there. And I was like, whoa, it's so clean. Everyone's so fit. It looks like everyone's
the air's amazing. Did you, I'm sure you didn't because you were on the road, but like if you were to work out and or have a drink in Denver,
No.
sister.
I know.
So the first time I was in Denver, I was like, I'm going to get in a little cardio before I go do anything. I thought I was going to have a heart attack because the air's so thin.
Oh, right.
I was like, why can I not run? I don't know what's happening. And I was like, am I just exhausted? So I had to like jump off the treadmill and I was like, I guess I'll go do something. I could not do cardio. It's because the air's so thin. And then I was also there for the Super Bowl like 2 years ago. And drank champagne and also again forgot that the altitude will destroy you. I got I'm going to use the word buzzed, but that's an understatement.
No, I felt it because I was in the Whole Foods and I'm like, why am I like dizzy and feeling really kind of strange?
Yeah.
I made the weirdest salad choices, let me tell you. I was like, I can't, and I had to like go and sit down. I was like, this is bizarre. But yeah, Brendan was saying like Sidney Crosby trains up there or something.
Yeah, they do. A lot of professional athletes. There's actually an Olympic training facility in Denver as well.
Crazy.
And there's another place called Vale.
Vale.
Is that what it's called?
Vale.
Vale.
Yeah.
Vale. I was watching The Bachelorette last night. Sorry, I'm thinking of Nick Vile.
Ooh, I gotta catch up on that. I'm behind.
Yeah, we need to have a little chat actually at some point during this about that show. There's a lot of like different training facilities that are in Denver because of the altitude, because it's like the best spot for athletes to go get in prime peak performance.
Unbelievable. I was concerned I was going to get altitude sickness, and Brendan's like, we are simply driving through this place. And I was like, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling different. We drove through there. Oh, we stopped in Chicago.
I love Chicago.
Oh my God. Have you ever stayed at the Graduate? The hotel, the Graduate?
No.
Oh
no.
My God. The coolest effing place I've ever stayed at in my life. It's like,
why?
I just feel like someone went into my brain and like decorated a place for me. Like, so
really?
I'm going to send you photos of it because it was so cool. We go in and it's like flannel floors, which like sound gross, but it didn't smell. It didn't smell or anything. Well, you go into the hotel. Or no, this was in Lincoln, Nebraska, but there is a Graduate in Chicago because I've stayed there too. So we were in Lincoln, Nebraska the second night. Anyways, it was like all 60s, 70s themed and like school themed. And so my room.
That's so fun.
Oh, it was so cool. So we had 2 queen size beds, but like in between was an old 70s TV that had been like remodeled inside. So like there was a Keurig, but like you could have a bar in there. And then
wait, it was inside the TV?
Yeah, like the TV like glass was removed and then it was like painted inside, and then it was like where you could get your coffee, and then it had like cool paintings of like just a sassy cowgirl, like, and it was framed, and then there was another girl like kissing a horse, but it was like painted, and then the pillows were really like cool, and like the bathroom was like the wallpaper was like corn.
It sounds lovely.
It was so freaking cool, and that was just one room, and I stayed one in Chicago that was like awesome, like so sick.
I have not been to this hotel, and I think I saw it on Portlandia, and maybe like Anthony Bourdain or something went here too, but it's it's either in Portland or it's in San Francisco. I can't remember, but there's this hotel that you go to that sounds kind of similar to that. When you check in, they actually have record players in your room, and you can go down and they have like a little record library, so you can like bring them up to your room and like play some vinyl and stuff.
That's cool.
It looks really cool. I mean, obviously Portlandia was making fun of it, but I would for sure want to stay there and just check it out.
The thing is, it's like, and you must know this more than I do, but like I rarely travel, but when I do, it's like a hotel's a hotel. So like when you are like, whoa, this is actually like a really cool spot. It's like you get excited and you're like, look at this, like.
Totally. Oh, it's so fun. There's even like, I think it's just like a big chain. It might even just be a Hyatt or something that we stay at when we're in Nashville, when WWE travels through there, and they have all like Dolly Parton themed stuff in their rooms.
Oh
like just
God.
Like things like, what would Dolly do? And they've got a bunch of really cute stuff around there. But honestly, for the most part, we always do stay in like generic hotels. It'll either be a Hyatt or a Courtyard. So it's fun to go stay in like these different quirky hotels, because there's some really cool spots to go stay at.
Well, yeah, and now I kind of want to do it because I was at the Graduate and like I had been living in a car and I felt like a complete disgusting like hobo mess, and I was like, oh, this room makes me want to like put on something quirky and cute and slap on a nice lip and like have a drink. Like cute. I felt sassy.
And they're dog friendly?
Oh yeah, and the Graduate was the coolest hotel we had been in, and free for dogs. Like you didn't have to pay extra.
Awesome. That's great.
Oh yeah, they just sauntered in and like Vic just laid on the bed and was like, peace, like good night.
I love that.
It was cute.
It's so fun being at a place that's like that. We went actually one of the places that we stayed at when it was when Lana and Rusev were getting married, and we went out. They had like the setup in Malibu that John and I went out to, but because we drove from our house, so we brought Blue with us, and it was like they were like, it's completely pet friendly, it's great. But I thought it was just going to be like a hotel that's pet friendly,
right?
Which is great. But like we pulled up, and they have like you can bring your dog to the bar with you.
Really?
And like you can bring your dog to the restaurant with you. And there's like, we had like a porch that we could just sit on with the dog. And like, it was just the best. It was so cool that it wasn't just like, yeah, your dog can stay here. But like they were like super accommodating for animals. It was really cool.
See, that's so nice because like having the dogs is really stressful because you're like, oh, listen, like when we got to Chicago, Brendan's sister basically lives in a magazine and her apartment.
Oh, is that where that picture was with Vic?
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like she lives on the water and like, so she was like, oh, I got this new stuff. And I was like, your apartment looks so nice. And she's like, oh yeah, this like rugs from West Elm, which like, I think is like it is so nice. But and then
it is.
I look over and Vic's like just rolling his disgusting body on it. Like he was just like, ooh, like lap of luxury. And like Burger's just like, like over top of it. And I was like, no, move. We have nothing nice in our house. Like I was like so sensitive and they were shedding because they were so stressed out and like.
Oh, man. I can't imagine what it was like for you being in the car with them that long. Were they okay?
Vic slept the whole time. He was a precious angel. And Burger panted for every hour he was in the car. Like, did not stop. And then wherever we got to, he would drink a full bowl of water. Like a disgusting mess.
God. Bulldogs are shitty in the car. Like, they're really bad. Because whenever I would drive, when I drove from Toronto to New York with Burger, it was a shitstorm.
I bet.
I had my mom with me. We had like a kidnapper van that had like most of my stuff in it. My mom was nice enough to accompany me on said kidnapper trip. And I had Burger with me, but he wouldn't chill out. Like, he wouldn't just sit down, like, in the back of the van or, like, on, like, one of the chairs. Like, I put, like, blankets down for him and pillows down for him, like, dog beds. Like, I was trying to make it as comfortable so he would just chill out. And he sat with his face, like, against the back of the chair with his, like, chin up. And Blue does the same thing. Blue, when he's in the car, well, he can't chill out. It takes him a long time. I hate traveling with a bulldog anywhere. It's terrible.
I just don't understand why. It's like, guys, like, you can't keep this up. Like, just
you're gonna die.
You're gonna die. Like, just stop. Like, Vic used to be horrible, but I think he realizes now, like, what's gonna happen? I just have to chill out. Yeah. But Burger, I'm like, just follow suit. Like, just follow suit. But yeah, it was stressful, and our car like reeks, and we have to get it cleaned because it just smells like stressed out dog.
So did you go from Chicago to Toronto?
Oh, yes. And I was terrified because I'm scared of all security, border security.
It's terrible.
Airport security. I was like convinced they were going to throw me into jail because that's what they did the last time we crossed over. Like the dogs had to come out of the car. They searched our car. My God. Like I was like, we have nothing. I don't even have nice clothes in there. What do you want? But the guy,
leave me alone.
The guy couldn't have been nicer. He was just like,
oh, that's good.
Yeah. He was like, welcome back. Bye. And I was like, ugh. Yeah.
Thank God. I hate going to stuff. Last night, John and I were going to bed, and we're both flying out to Halifax together tonight, which is nice. I feel like we never get to do full travel like that together anymore. So we like upgraded our seats.
Oh,
and we were
that's
like,
nice.
But we're looking at it because he's like, I can't check in. I can't figure it out. So I'm like, okay, I'll do it on my phone because it's prompting me to do it. So I'm like checking him in. And so because we're crossing the border, I had to punch in both of our passport information. So he hands me his passport and I'm looking at it. I'm like, I don't like a U.S. passport looks different than ours do.
Right.
So I'm like, where's the number? Where's the expiration date? And I'm looking at it. I'm like, John, your passport's expired.
No.
And he's like, what? What do you mean? And it's like 1 a.m. for us. So like everybody we work with, it's like 4 a.m. East Coast time. So he's like, I got to email travel and try to sort this out right now. So he's like emailing them and like screenshotting his passport being like, it's expired. I don't know what to do. Is this going to be okay? Like, where's my visa? And they message him in the morning and like, that's your visa to go to Peru. And that's not even your passport.
Oh
like,
my God.
Not the right thing.
I was
started. So he woke up this morning. He's like, I feel so stupid for like not realizing that because it looks the exact same, but I'm like, it's all in Spanish. Why is it in Spanish? And I was like, I don't know. Everything in America's in Spanish. So it didn't mean any different to me.
I started sweating at that story. What a nightmare.
Me too, especially because we're going to Halifax. We're going to go see my grandfather. John and my grandfather's they've never met before, and we have this whole plan of like stuff that we want to do out there. He's like, I can't miss this.
Oh my God!
So luckily, it's all fine. But yeah, there was like a slight bit of panic last night. I'm like, because he's like Rain Man, like legit. I'm like, what's your passport number? He's like, he just rifles it off, like he memorizes that stuff. he memorizes his credit card information, his passport. I mean, granted, he has to use it a lot more than most people do.
Right.
But yeah, I'm like, well, just tell me your old passport number. And he's like, dink, 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 dink. And just like rifles it out to me. I'm like, you're a psychopath. Who remembers all that? It's so funny to me.
Oh my God.
I wish my brain would work like that. I don't remember like my birthday. So.
No,
I don't know.
You used to. I used to do this thing in theater school, and when I say I used to, I mean I was forced to do it. But here's a regular girl hot tip: they would like write information on like the board, and then they would make you look at it for like 60 seconds, and then you'd have to turn around and then either write it out or say it, and then you would do another thing, and then you would get 15 seconds, and then you could write it, and then 10 seconds. And
that's a good exercise.
Oh, it's so good, and then that's how you can like look at something instantly and memorize it.
Because, I mean, obviously there's people that have like a photographic memory.
Right.
Or there's people that just like memorize stuff. I don't know what his is. He remembers stuff like if that blows my mind. Especially like wrestling stuff. I'm like, oh, what's this? And he'll be like, well, in 1979 in Stampede Wrestling. Like
Really?
he knows everything.
Well, that's
it's really fascinating.
That's like Brendan. Brendan's like a really random Rolodex of jokes. Like if you say something, if you say something really funny, he'll be like, "Oh yeah, that was this joke," or like, "Oh, like 8 years ago we did that sketch." And hey, Brendo, what was that sketch about? He'll be like, "It was about this, and this was the end line, this was the blow line," and you're like, "How do you remember that?" And yet you can't remember to buy me a coffee when you go to Starbucks.
Totally. Yeah, I mean, I guess brains like they retain the things that they want to retain, and mine, I'm starting to lose mine a little bit. That like I'll listen, and I'm very good normally with knowing the words to every song.
Me too.
And lately, I'll be confidently singing something, and I'm like, I don't know the words. And I like it's been happening to me a lot lately. Is Brendan in the background?
This is Brendan like a full creep, just creeping in the background.
All I saw was a plaid arm come into shot. Brendan, what are you doing?
Renee says, "What are you doing?"
I got some Tim Hortons here, and I'm bringing it in a bit.
Very
Oh,
Canadian.
my God. What order did you get from Tim Hortons? I want to hear the whole spiel.
What did you get from Tim Hortons?
I got 2 coffees. I got 2 bagels and some potato wedges because they have them and they're pretty good.
They have potato wedges.
They have potato wedges
Dude,
at Tim Hortons?
They're lean. When you're in Halifax, lean in. They're good.
Oh my God. You know what I want to get in Halifax really bad? And I'm assuming they have it, is I want to get like a lobster poutine.
You got to get a lobster poutine.
Hell yeah. I can't wait.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic.
That sounds incredible.
I'm really stoked about it. I also just want a Harvey's veggie burger.
Okay, it's so crazy. Okay, it's so crazy you said that because we were just driving past Harvey's, which is like right on the cutoff to my parents' place, and I was like, we should get Harvey's. Like, I was just so into it. I was like, we'll get onion rings. The veggie burger is so freaking good at Harvey's.
They're so good.
Yeah. Oh, you know what we were joking about? So you know when you're like in a car for a long time, you're traveling, and you develop inside jokes, which like after you sleep are not funny in any capacity.
So yeah, you're in like a delirious state and think everything's hysterical. Been there.
Yeah. So like we were in Colorado and there was this horrific accident and it took us, we didn't move for 4 hours. We were stuck.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. A long time. I was losing my mind. I did listen to a podcast with Charlize Theron. And let me tell you, that's someone that we should be friends with.
Okay. I'm glad that you brought that up.
Yeah.
Well, I'll touch back on that.
Yeah.
Continue your story.
But I saw this like billboard that was just like, check out this adult root beer. And I was like, adult root beer? And then I was like, and I said to Brendan, like, if you and I were on a date and we had never met and the waiter comes in and asks for our drink order and I ordered a vodka root beer, I was like, what would you say? And that became this like bizarre thing where we would laugh for hours at someone ordering a vodka root beer. But have you ever had a vodka root beer?
That sounds great. If you had like a vanilla vodka and a root beer,
Sure.
baby, that would be awesome.
But imagine I'm with you. You don't know me, and you're like, "Oh, I'll get like a vodka soda." I'm like, do you have like a Barks on tap? Like, like what? A vodka root beer. I was like, someone must drink a vodka root beer, but I've never thought of the concoction until now.
Because also, I don't even think anyone carries a root beer. When was the last time you even were able to order a root beer from somewhere?
But like, yeah, exactly. Like, who has that on
root
the
beer that's not A&W?
Exactly. But and then also, what if I came to your house with a 2 liter of A&W and a bottle of vodka and was like, "Hey, I'm just excited to hang out"? I'd be like, "That's a murderer."
I don't know. I feel like that's something I would lean the F in on. I'd be, all right,
I'm now
here
doing
we go. Or like a vodka cream soda.
Yeah, but
it's like
Okay, first of all,
Do you have purple drink? Could I mix my vodka with purple drink?
like what? Like, do you have a dad's? Do you have a dad's? Like a chilled glass and a dad's and a vodka, please? Like, what a psycho. Like, I just was like crying, laughing. And Brendan's like, this is not funny. You've lost your mind. And I was just screaming, laughing at the audacity of someone ordering a vodka Rooper. But now I need to try it because it sounds kind of delicious.
It does sound good. That reminds me of when John and we were driving from Fort Lauderdale to like Jacksonville or something. We're in Florida, and we had like a real doozy of a weekend tour. We were just like, we had a great time in Fort Lauderdale. We're just like hanging out, like on the beach, whatever. So we're like leaving the next day to drive to Jackson, which is like a real bitch of a drive. But we're driving, like I'm starving. I'm perhaps maybe a little hungover. I'm like, I need to get some food. So we go to pull over, and there was like, this part's not funny, but there was like kind of like, it was like a very minor accident. So it can still be a little funny. Right. Very minor accident. And this man's crossing the street, and he was obviously out of his mind.
Oh, no.
But like I'm turning around trying to see what's going on. And as I turned around, his like pants just fell fully down, but like you could just see his like tighty whities. I was laughing so hard at like this man's crossing the street in his pants. It was like straight out of like a 1980s like John Hughes movie. I was laughing so hard at this poor man who like I think maybe got hit by like a bicycle and then his pants fell down. Like it was pure comedy gold.
First of all,
I was crying.
If I'm seeing underwear on a highway, I'm going to have a bit of a chuckle on that. There's no question about it.
I couldn't stop picturing it because John didn't even see it because I had to like look through like the back window and I was like, oh my God, his pants fell down. Like couldn't even like I was crying the whole drive laughing because it just kept popping in my head.
But I love when that stuff happens because it's just like it literally is a blip in time. It'll never be funny again. Only to you when you re-explain it. Like I literally am crying thinking of a vodka root beer. Like I think it's the funniest thing I've ever heard. But it's like I just imagine this man's like billowy jeans falling below his knees.
And he was like. He just looked like a Portuguese dad, like just like crossing the street and like his khakis fell down. He's wearing like blue underwear. It's so vivid to me. Like I remember it so clearly.
What a look.
It was the best. Yeah, it was great.
Oh.
Okay, so back to our friendship with Charlize Theron.
Oh my God, thank you for bringing that up. Well, first of all, have you seen Atomic Blonde? I haven't seen.
Just saw it yesterday.
Is it incredible?
She's fantastic. Yeah. Honestly, the movie confused me a little bit because there's some layers to it and I fell asleep for about 20 minutes, but that's only because I flew in yesterday and I can't do anything on the days that I fly in anymore. I was like, I worked out and hung out for a bit and then we went to the movies, but I had a mimosa before and I fell asleep for about 20 minutes.
Yeah, that'll do it. It'll do
it. That's just that. Those are facts.
Yes.
But anyways, a great movie. She's just, I don't know how she's so cool.
Yeah, she was on the Ringer's podcast with Bill Simmons. I don't know. I think it's just called The Ringer. I don't know. But anyways, she was talking. Do you know Bill Simmons?
Yeah, I told him I liked his book once, and he looked at me like I was lying. Yeah, It's a great book, but I think he thought I was fucking with him. But I've really read his entire book, The Book of Basketball, because I used to host a show that had to do with sports, and I didn't know anything about basketball. So I'm like,
thank you, Bill
How
Simmons.
do I learn about basketball real quick? Read this Bible.
Well, Bill, we know you're listening. So, we saw Bill Simmons at... well, no, we had just missed him, and Brendan's like obsessed with him. Or not obsessed, but really like adores him. And we saw him, I think, at a Raw. And Brendan was like, if I would have met him, I wouldn't have known what to do. And I was like, who are you?
That's when I saw him and said to him, hey, I read your book and it's great. And he was like,
oh my God.
Not in a rude way. He probably thought I was messing with him. Like it wasn't his fault. This was my fault.
No, he's like
100%.
He was so cool. He was interviewing Charlize, who was really giving him a run for his money. Like he was like, I'm sure you're asked a bunch of the same things, so I'm just going to go through your IMDb and we're going to talk about it. And let me tell you, she was so cool about it all. Like she talked about how when she moved to Los Angeles and like couldn't speak English, like she had to teach herself, and she's like, I can't spell. She's like, people would be surprised. I really don't know how to spell that well. I don't use like tenses correctly. And
crazy.
Yeah, because she was from South Africa. And then she's just so badass. She actually like had to get her neck fused before Atomic Blonde. She like a couple movies back, she fell on her neck doing a stunt. So I'm like, she did all that Atomic Blonde stuff with a fused neck.
She's such a badass, and like watching that movie, like she just has this like effortless air about her. And especially like hearing that if somebody's like, to struggle with like English or like because she was like what, like 19 or 20 when she moved to LA?
Yeah, like young.
Something like that. Yeah, but like to have to learn a new language and like to like struggle with tenses, like it's crazy that she is so confident in her like delivery of things and so like casual about it.
Yeah.
There's a crazy makeout scene with that French actress that is in the Mummy movie.
Oh, really?
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really something.
Well, she was really funny about it. Like she loves a bev, which here on this podcast, if a lady loves a bev, we love that lady.
We love a bev.
But she
get you a vodka root beer, sister.
Does the barks have bite? So she says that she gets like kind of hammied a little bit at these award shows because she's like, they're boring and I like it's work to me. And she says that she has embarrassed herself time and time again with famous people. And she's like, yeah, I don't feel like I belong there. Like, I just feel like people are going to find out like I'm a loser or something.
Oh my gosh. What?
Well, not that she's a loser, but she's like, I'm not like a famous person. And I'm like,
she's like Jennifer Lawrence, but Jennifer Lawrence like wears that shit on her sleeve of like, I'm just a regular girl, which I like. Hey, join the regular girls.
Yeah, join
Jennifer
us.
Lawrence,
like,
J-Law. We'll let you in. No problem.
But
anytime.
But it was funny because like Charlize Theron was talking about how when she was doing Monster, the financier like called her because he thought it was going to be, she's like, I don't know, I think he thought it was going to be some hot lesbian movie or something. Me and Christina Ricci making out, but she was like Eileen Wuornos. But she was saying how she got really stressed out because they were telling her she was going to win an Oscar, and she was like, I'm not about that. Like, and so she's like, I just went away with my boyfriend at the time and got a horrible suntan. And she talked about this brutal tan she got. And I was like, she's just so down to earth. And then like all the stylists were like, what did you do to your skin? So she's like, I was super orange at the Oscars. And she's like, I don't know.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, she was like really orange. And like, I always picture her in like the Dior ads just wearing, I always just picture her in like a gold gown and just like great hair. Also, like watching her in Atomic Blonde, I was like, why is my hair not platinum blonde anymore?
Oh my God.
What a look.
I want it.
What a look. And she makes the bangs look like $1 million.
Oh, yeah.
She really made me want to take out my extensions and just get back to being a bad bitch.
You should. I like her hair a lot. I would love a little platinum moment, but I feel like the upkeep's too much.
It's a lot of upkeep. Yeah, it's really a pain in the dick. But I mean, some people do it.
Well, yeah.
Some people live that platinum life. Like, I mean, like Maurice, she's had platinum hair forever, and her hair's fantastic.
But how many times?
I don't know how she does it.
But how many times are you going to the hairdresser?
I think she does it herself.
See, my friend Emily dyes her hair red.
I'm not sure if that's true. I'm not 100% on that.
See, that's the kind of woman I want to be. And you're hearing it again here first on the RG podcast. The Barks vodka lover will speak. But I want to be that girl like dyes her hair but like has to do the mix. Like not from the box, but like mixes it and brushes it on. Like that's who I want to be.
Does the right thing. That would overwhelm me, especially with like blonde. If I was doing it like a darker thing, I could maybe mess with that. But with a blonde, I would be so afraid of frying my own hair off. Like it's a science project. It is full blown science and measurements and accuracy, and I'm not one for accuracy. Well, I'm a wing it kind of gal.
Oh, me too. I remember in Toronto, I got my hair done. This girl ruined my hair. I had a black like purpley strip along the back of my head.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So then when I moved to Los Angeles, Brendan and I were getting married at the Justice of the Peace, like the City Hall or whatever. And I was like, I have to dye my hair. And I just made the bad, unfortunate call of box dyeing it. I had clown roots and just like a dark middle, like on my like photo. Like I still have the photo and I look like an insane person.
It's the worst.
Yeah.
Dealing with hair woes is like, and I like to change my hair a lot. I recently have really had it in my mind that I really super bad want to bring back that like rose gold hair that I had for a hot second.
You should.
Especially with like long hair. I feel like it would be so cool.
Also, let me just tell you that everyone, at one point on my Instagram story, I said I really wanted to get bangs and like 70s fringe bangs like you were talking about.
Yeah.
And everyone unequivocally was like, no, you can't pull off the Renee bang. And I said, well, it's not a Renee bang. It's a bang.
No, it's a bang.
Everyone's saying, no, I can't. They're like, Renee can, you can't. I was like, okay, understood.
But you know what? I've got a real theory on the bangs for me. Okay. Remember when I went through a brief couple weeks where everybody thought that I was pregnant?
No, okay. This is what I wanted to talk about too, because that came up and I got very upset.
But people still thought I was pregnant?
No, I was doing an Instagram live and someone's like, what do you think about this Twitter thing where everyone thinks Renee's pregnant? And I was like, I haven't heard that. And I was like, let me tell you, I was like, everyone needs to back the fuck off from women's bodies. I was like, what the hell are you guys talking about? I was like, she works out every day. What else can she do?
I work out every day, but I also will like have a glass of wine every day. So like I'm definitely not with child. But my theory on it is that I feel like people have kind of backed off of that, maybe because the time has passed enough that it's clear that I'm not. Or I think it's because my bangs made my face look fatter.
You think?
I do. I really think it. I think the bangs made my face look fatter.
Renee,
maybe. I don't know. This is a wild theory. But I really feel like since I've started to grow the bangs out, I'm not really showcasing them as much. People have laid off of it.
Really?
I think that the bangs maybe just made me look fat.
Okay, first of all, the fact that you even have to combat that is troubling to me. If someone said that I looked pregnant now, I would lose my mind. I would never leave my house. After you have just told me this, I've looked at the bagel that was purchased for me and I was like, I'm not eating that. There's no doubt about it. I'm not eating.
The best part, the thing that cracked me up the most about the pregnant thing is like I feel like that was like a good couple weeks ago. I'll say it was like a month ago that was hot and heavy.
Okay.
My mom has been like in Nova Scotia with my grandfather. He has like Alzheimer's, which whatever. That's why she was out there for so long. But then she got home and I guess she was like researching. So my mom will just like stay up and like Google me, which is so weird.
Well, it's what parents
do.
do.
She messaged me and goes, "The internet says you're pregnant." Ha ha. I'm like, what the fuck? She just like laughed at me like, haha, the internet thinks you're pregnant. I'm like, that's not funny.
It's not funny.
It's not funny. I mean, it's a little funny, but like, it's not.
I mean, here, and also to bring it back to Charlize a second, with that, the reason I also love her is she fluctuates all the time. Sometimes she's super skinny and sometimes she's just not like the rest of us. And also, everyone shut up. It makes me so
Everyone
mad.
shut up. That's just how life works. Get off and whatever. I don't need to defend it anymore. It just made me laugh.
No, I'll defend
that I think that the bangs made my face look fat, and I think it's funny that my mom thinks it's funny that people think I'm pregnant.
My mom's like, you're running out of time, and I was like, keep waiting, bitch.
My mom does that to me all the time. She called me. She's like, so what do you think? Like, when's it going to happen? I'm like, listen, Carol. I get that you want to knit things and you got a little busy hands over there, but I got some friends that are with children. Why don't you make them some stuff and get off my back?
Leave me alone.
Carol's waiting for it. She's dying. She can't wait for it. Well, she's nuts.
I'm hanging out with my nephew currently. Like,
we froze.
Oh, did we? Can you see me?
Oh, there we go.
You're back.
Or you were
Are we back?
I can see you.
Oh, can you see me now?
Yeah, there you are.
I'm staying here, and my nephew's here a lot, and he's almost 5, and he is just, it's simply too much. I haven't even had time to like wash my hair. I'm not there to be a parent at all. I had to teach him about respect yesterday.
How did that come about?
Well, he likes my camera that I have, and he wanted to make a movie, but I said, well, we can't touch that without asking because we need to respect it. And he's like, well, what does respect mean? So then I had to break down what respect meant. And so he really liked it. So I was like, how would we respect this table? And he's like, would we poop on it? And I said, no, we wouldn't poop on it. And he goes, no, because we respect it. And he goes,
oh my gosh.
Would we pee on it? And I go, no, we wouldn't pee on it. He goes, because we respect it. He goes, would I eat lasagna on it? With a plate, because I respect it. So when we were going to record,
what a lesson in manners and respect.
Oh yeah, well yesterday we were gonna record yesterday, and he goes, Auntie Stacey, I'm gonna be in the room with you, and I said, you can't. And he goes, I won't say a word because I respect you.
Oh, that's so cute. Oh my gosh,
they're cute.
That's very adorable.
But
yeah, kids are a lot to handle. I love my dogs so much.
Me too, but let me tell you, like, I'm glad that I can be like, goodbye, and they're like, later.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I can leave the dog in the house for a couple hours and he's fine. He's just sleeping and eating his treats. He's fine.
It's like having just spent like not even 2 days with my nephew. If I see a mom dressed and makeup and like looking amazing, everyone applaud them because it is a goddamn feat, and I don't know how they do it.
I couldn't imagine. I will definitely cross that bridge one day, but that bridge ain't even being built yet.
Oh, no.
So there's no crossing of it. I don't even have the parts for the bridge.
No parts.
They're on back order, so I've heard.
I don't even have a pencil to draw the schematics of the bridge.
My pencil is out of lead. Too bad. Sorry, Blueprint.
I am
R.I.P. this bridge.
Yeah, I am too busy figuring out the perfect vodka root beer. I can't at this point in time take on a child, and I won't.
I'm just trying to figure out like how I want my hair to look. I'm bangs. I'm long hair, short hair, rose gold. I don't know.
Well,
there's too many choices.
I still need your guidance. I'm still in a fashion rut. So any sort of advice? I don't know what to do with my hair. I sound like a broken record. I know. I'm gonna get better products now that I'm
okay. So
settled.
products are key. I will still. I live and die by
Oribe.
By Oribe dry texturizing spray.
Yeah.
That I live and die by that.
I have to get
But
it.
you know what else is really great? And they have it at Target. Is Kristen S., who's like a celebrity hairstylist and whatever. Yeah, have you tried her stuff at Target?
All of her stuff. I have it all here.
It's great.
It's so good, and it's cheaper.
It's great. I really love it. I got the thickening spray.
Me too.
And I bought some of her shampoos, but I realized I bought 2 conditioners because I'm an idiot.
But they're also...
My mom used to do that when I lived at home, and it made me crazy. I'm like, how did you buy 2 conditioners? But that's what I did.
Well, they look the same, those two. I did the same with Kristen S. with the 2 conditioners.
I messed up.
It's a great product, but I need to get the Oribe, and I've been watching that Dom guy, that Instagram guy.
Oh, Dom Hair.
Dom
Yeah,
Hair. And he's
good.
He's been giving tutorials where he wears a blonde wig. Have you seen these?
I've seen that. I have seen those.
And I was like, oh, I could do that. I could do that wave. And so
it's really helpful that he does them like that. Because I mean, yeah, when you're doing your own hair, like it's a different ball game.
Oh, totally. So it's like, it's kind of great. And I'm like, oh, a flat iron might be ideal for me to get that wave that I want.
Yes. Yeah, I started doing that actually of like I think I know which wave you're talking about of like you kind of create the kink with it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's awesome. Yeah, it's really great. I was doing that with my hair when it was shorter. I haven't tried it on my hair long because I think that would be too much, but on your hair it would be perfect.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So I'm going to get the Oribe and just invest, and then I'm going to get a flat iron so that I can just do that.
Yeah,
that style.
Just get like an inch flat iron.
Yeah,
and you should be good to go. I do have a little bit of a fashion breakthrough.
Please.
That I was I had to return. I bought these like fry boots off of Haute Look, and I didn't like them, so I took them back to Nordstrom Rack, and I was just like killing time in Nordstrom Rack. I got 2 new fantastic pairs of jeans.
Whoa!
I got one pair, which the Good American brand that Khloe Kardashian came out with.
Oh,
they're fantastic jeans.
Are they?
They're great. They're really great jeans. Yeah, I love them.
Which ones did you get?
God, they're called like the Good Legs or something.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
They're awesome. So they were the only ones there. I mean, you know, when you're in like Nordstrom Rack, like they didn't just have like a Good American rack. Like they were just like random. I was like, oh shit, these are my size. Great, I'm going to take them. So those are really good. And then I also got a pair of frame denim that are like the crop flare, like little kick out.
Oh.
You need a pair of those jeans. Those are Stacey McGunnigle jeans.
How do they look though? So how do they fit? Like, what are they?
They fit like through like the butt and like thighs. They fit like regular skinny jeans, but then they just like they like kick out like a little mini flare and a little bit of a crop. So they sit like just above your ankle.
Really?
And just have like a little bit of a kick on them. They're so great. They actually have jeans like that, that same cut at Zara that are really nice.
And what
the frame ones are more comfortable, but it's a good look.
And what shoe are you wearing with that?
Well, if I was actually going somewhere, I would put on like a little heel just because
Okay.
I think I'm not. If I was like 5'8", I could flat shoe that thing all day, but I'm not.
Oh, okay.
But yesterday I went out to the movies and I just wore a flip flop and it was fine.
Oh, I gotta check. Okay, you'll have to send me a photo.
It's more versatile than you would think
Right.
the flare crop is. You
Okay.
can get away with it. Yeah.
I am wondering what people think about this podcast because I feel like the last 3 episodes, I'm like, I need to turn stuff around. Like my whole vibe. I'm like, just help me, Renee.
You're in Canada now. I mean, at least you've got that going where you can like you're at least in new page territory.
Oh, yes.
You've flipped this switch.
You're
in Canada. You can start fresh.
Yes.
Start anew.
I'm restarting.
Your arm looks very thin right now.
Does my arm looks really thin?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I'm going to take a
Yeah,
snapshot
look
of
at
this,
that.
you guys. Never forget. And then I turned it sideways. There's the real deal.
Whatever. I hate that. It's
The bat ones.
I feel like I have so many things to say that like I went and worked out last week and I did a boxing class to try to get my arms in great shape.
How did we
tough.
How did we not discuss that today?
Yeah, it was tough. I'm still kind of physically recovering from it. It was like kettlebells and boxing,
Love.
and it was tough, man.
Are you gonna?
It was good though.
Are you gonna keep it up? Because I was thinking about trying boxing.
I'm going to do it. So I'm on a kick where I kind of am just doing yoga and cardio because facts are facts. That makes my body look the best for me. For me, it's what works the best.
But you know what? Brendan's sister's like that because she was doing Barry's boot camp. Like the weights and stuff, but doing like hour weights like every day. And she's like, I'm just too, she looks amazing. Like there's nothing wrong, but she was just like, you know what? I just don't like how my body looks. And she's like, I'm going to go back to cardio and yoga. That's just what I'm doing.
Yeah. That's where I'm at right now too. So I did the boxing as my cardio workout that week.
Oh, right.
So like it was a great cardio thing because like, you can obviously like lean into it as much as you want of like actually like really going in on the weights or whatever. But like I did the lighter weights and then I was like on the bag doing stuff. But it was fun. It was a fun way to exercise. I really liked it.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. I mean, yeah, it's not something I'm going to do like several times a week, but like I might throw it in there if I'm like, oh, I need to do like cardio, but I don't feel like hitting the treadmill or whatever. I'll just go do like that class. And it was fun. And you just like beat up a bag. But it like, I realized I have like weak little knuckles and like my like pinky and ring fingers on each hand were a little sore. And like my forearms were sore for like a week.
Really?
Yeah, really sore forearms.
Oh, that makes sense because you're kind of doing that.
Yeah.
I just punched the screen for people that are curious as to what I'm doing over here. Well, okay, listen, Renee, we have to go because you have to jet. You have to get to Canada where I am.
I do. I've got to get to Canada. I would like you to put some root beer and vodka on ice for when I get to Toronto, and we will sort it out.
We are going to order that at a bar and just see what happens. I think I'll lose some friends.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
It'll be fine.
Now,
it'll be fine.
People were very upset at the lack of ghosts, which I think is hilarious that is even something that has entertained
that
this
it's
podcast.
Caught on. I'm surprised. Yeah, I was actually very happy. I was like ashamed that we forgot to do it. I was like, oh my God, like what a long-standing thing that we just forgot about.
Yeah.
So do you want me to do it now?
Yeah, well, I just wanted to say one last thing because earlier in the podcast, I did talk about our sponsor for today, which is Chatbooks. So Chatbooks sponsored today's video. So just to remind you guys, if you go to chatbooks.com/podcast, you can download the Chatbooks app and get your first series book free with the promo code GIRLS. And like I said off the top, I highly recommend you guys do this. I made a book for Vic and Berker. Let me tell you.
That's adorable.
It's adorable.
Adorable.
And I will be making more.
Chatbooks is great. You guys got to do it.
Yeah, check it out. So check that out again. And with that, I guess what should the theme of the ghost be? A Canadian ghost?
That's what I was thinking.
Okay, I think that's great. Ew,
okay, here we go. Ooh.
Literally, that is every Canadian grandma.
It was also literally the same ghost every single week.
It's true, but
my intentions are different when I line it up, but it comes out the same.
Also, next week I need to talk, and I hope you remind me. I want to talk about the murder podcast I listen to, which is a Canadian-based one.
Oh, great! I would love to hear about it.
I forgot about it, but
definitely.
Anyways, with that, guys, enjoy the Canadian Ghost, and Renee, I'll see you in Canada.
I'll see you in Canada.
Bye.
Bye-bye.